I'd like to talk about the Guilty Gear developer's backyard. In case you're not in the loop, this is like their, you know, like an update on the current situation, on the latest, the results of the beta test, all that good stuff. So yeah, let's get into it. So developer's backyard. Thanked everyone during the beta test. Good shit. It was, to be honest, so in general thoughts on the beta test, I loved it. It felt great. In general, I think the game feels good. You know, I like the new direction. We'll see in time if it's better or not better, but so far I really liked it. The netcode was godlike and the lobbies were trash. That's basically all I took away from it. So look at some data collected from the open beta test. In total received 51,000. That's, I don't know if that's a lot. It sounds like a lot given it's a fighting game, it's Guilty Gear. It sounds like a lot. Alright, so this one already threw me off. Which character did you use the most during the open beta test? There's literally 5 characters here. Over all regions, literally the same 5 are top 5. That's already insane. How is not in one region like a single character, you know, like is there not a single Milia or Potemkin or what? Nothing, right? That's already pretty wild to me. And many you can explain, right? Sol and Key, sure, they're like Ken and Ryu, right? They're on the box, everybody, they're like the main characters, people love them. Giovanna, Nagoriyuki, how do you pronounce that? Nagoriyuki? The new characters makes total sense, you know, everyone who's familiar with Guilty Gear and they're going into the beta test, of course you're gonna check out the new characters. And then yeah, Ramlethal, I don't get that one. Why was she so popular in the beta? It kind of baffles me because I did not have the impression that she was like a wildly popular character in general. Like sure, I know people like her, you know, like the whole waifu thing and shit, but you know, where's Milia? Where's Ino? Where's all the other? No, I guess Ino wasn't in this beta. Yeah, where's the other waifus? I do think her gameplay, like her move set, was changed pretty, you know, extensively, right? Compared to other characters. Like every character is different, but for her, I believe she would like significantly different. I think Globs can tell me that because he's been playing Rom. She's a whole different character in Strive. See, from that perspective, I do understand it. It's kind of like a new character in that sense, right? Yeah, I'm gonna assume it's because her moveset is pretty different, or at least that's how people were talking about it. So I'm gonna assume people went in thinking she's like a new character. And yeah, I've also heard, I don't know how true it is, I heard that Ramlethal was pretty busted in the beta as well, that it was really powerful. Though, who gives a shit, it's beta. Like, I don't think anyone is tier whoring in a beta. That seems really kind of like a stretch, you know? But whatever, it's interesting, it's all the same. Like in not a single region there's like a one-off character breaking through. And you know, so there's which did you use the most, and then there's also which did you like the most. Slightly different. There's Mei in Japan, there's Milia in South America, they got style. Potemkin in Oceania. Huh, interesting. Potemkin. Other than that, look, who did you like the most? Ramlethal. What? That is so insane to me. Even if, you know, more people than usual play these, you would expect some variation. But no, it's pretty, you know. Looky here, humans are not that different after all. This is proof we're all kind of the same. Then we had this. which is very predictable, you know. Versus, super good, makes sense. It's like the purest form of a fighting game. Instant rematches, like it's the best version of a fighting game always. Versus mode, right? So that makes sense. Tutorial, people seem a little more, you know, good, average. Which I don't really remember that much of the tutorial, and you know, that's probably why it's not very good. Online lobby was nightmare. It was not good. I'm surprised, dude. There's people actually saying it's very good. What? That the lobbies were not good. It's just like everything about the lobbies makes you not want to play the game. Everything takes too long. You know, like it's the whole thing of I'm holding up my sword and then poof, you teleport to somewhere else. Like you meet up with your buddy, and then you teleport when you're ready. Then you play a match, and then you get booted back, but your character's still standing there for like half an hour with his sword, waiting for the lobby to load. Like it was super frustrating, to say the least. So I'm surprised, you know, like very bad to me. This could be all the way to here, right? I guess orange is bad, so at least over half of the people said bad or very bad. So I mean, that means it's shit, right? If over half of the people, like, look, let's say this is 45, so that means 55% of people said bad or very bad. It's not good. It's not good. Quick match a bit better, makes sense. I think quick match is only received better because you avoid the lobby. If the lobby was good, this wouldn't have been rated. Maybe it was rated the same as the lobby, but I think this one is just rated better because it's not the lobby. And then training mode, yeah, that was fine. It was good. No complaints about training mode, which usually means the things you're looking for are there. Yeah, I don't remember frame data being in training mode, but then again, I'm not on the level in Guilty Gear that frame data really matters to me. What do they have to say about this? Yeah, rematch without extra loading is so good. That's another thing that wasn't in the online, right? You always got kicked back to the lobby, which kind of sucked, you know? No rematch is... Tutorial mixed reactions. Oh yeah, that's right, they talked about that. That there's like a little quote that made the rounds on Twitter. It gave me a little chuckle. Our intent for the tutorial in Strive is to show the player they can enjoy fighting games without having to study. We intentionally left out explanations of game mechanics and the different uses for each attack button. Now, isn't the word tutorial, doesn't that imply you're gonna explain shit? Like, isn't that kinda what the word means? They do clarify a little bit later here. In the finished game, mission mode will include missions for practicing game mechanics such as wall break, Roman cancels, combos, yada yada yada. So basically their tutorial is, I don't know, like a motivational speech, you know, like go get him, you know, don't feel beaten, go get him, you can do it. And then in mission mode, that's the actual tutorial. So, you know, if this mission mode is good, if it does the job, great, right? But you could have called it tutorial. Like, you could have done tutorial mode, and in tutorial mode have like basics, and that's like the other part, and then like combos, you know, combo challenge, all those, like that could all be in tutorial mode, like as an umbrella. It's kind of weird that they really want to split that up, and maybe that's the trick, right? You know, putting the tutorial stuff in a mode that's not called tutorial. Maybe that's like the galaxy brain, you know, mental juggle, because maybe some people are just like, ew, tutorial, ugh, I want to play the game, I don't want to study. So they kind of fool you into putting all the studying outside of training mode, you know, outside of tutorial. That might actually, you know, depending on how you look at it, it might be galaxy brain. Also super funny, we checked the result data and replays from the first floor, We saw many matches where neither player used special moves or every game mechanic. We'll brush up the finer aspects of the mode. For most part, we felt the style of tutorial was successful. The tutorial was successful because people were playing and they were not using special moves or game mechanics. Perfect. That's how you get people in the game. You know, just throw them in the sea. Perfect. Lobby needs worked on. Yeah, there were server issues. The teleporting was... that one drive me nuts, right? So you meet up with your friend. You're like, all right, let me pull out my sword. Get ready. And you fucking Goku teleport all across the world. And now your friend has to go search you to accept the match? Come on, man. Come on. At least here, changing to a system where players select a visible area where they want to have a match, aka the fucking arcade machine, like in Rev 2, right? Option to hide the news, that was also woof. Dash movement, yeah. Unfortunately, they're not changing the lobby. Like, there's people who still think they're gonna change the lobby. They're not. This is what the game is launching with. Get used to it, right? It's gonna suck. What else do we have here? Rate the following things. These make sense, right? Visuals, animations, stages. Of course, that's gonna be like very good. Like this is, think about this. This is very good. Almost 80% for these things. Like that's like, oh, look, this is like 90%. Very good. Like, talk about nailing it, right? Talk about nailing the graphics. Holy moly. Yeah, I think in general, all of these score very high. People seem to be a little less content about camera movement, battle effects. I think the game looked fine. I know some people have some trouble with, you know, the huge fonts and whatever. I think it looks fine, you know. Maybe if you play it more, some things might stick out, but at first glance, it didn't bother me. That's the key thing for me. If you're playing and the UI is bothering you in some way, that's when it fucks up. If the UI just is what it is and you can just play the game, it's fine. It's fine. Music requests for people who want to select songs. In the retail version, you'll be able to purchase them with in-game currency. Select them as background music. That's good news. Guilty Gear Engine. Like, I feel every fighting game, if you're a series, every fighting game should have the option to change the music to like all the songs from the past. It's really not that difficult to add more songs to a game if you already have them, right? It's not difficult. So I would have been surprised if this wasn't in the full game. You know, it also doesn't sound like they're like, oh, because there's request we did this. It just sounds like, hey, in the full version, this is what it is. You know, that was always the plan. Music is such a big part of the game, of the series. Great stuff. Great stuff. Especially for people who are like complaining about the vocals in the songs, right? You can change those. Some frequently mentioned things, the damage is too high. I kind of disagree. They also disagree in the sense that, you know, that they're gonna look into combos and stuff. But the general idea is, here they say, the length of the average combo is much shorter in Guilty Gear Strive. You know? So, you know, players can feel like the experience of doing a big combo without actually doing a big combo. I don't know about that logic, you know. I don't feel combos are, in general, that difficult of a part of fighting games. It's just tedious to learn them, but once you know them, it is what it is. But yeah, they're saying like, look, in general, the damage will remain high as it's a part of the design. And I like that they're sticking with their guns, you know. Clearly this is one of those comments, people just want the old thing back. You know, like, it used to be long combos, little damage. Now it's short combos, a lot of damage. You know, it's a design. I'm glad they're kind of sticking to their guns for this, at least for now. And we'll see how it turns out. They can always release, you know, Guilty Gear Strive, you know, Revelator plus R, Alpha, whatever, right? Romo cancels are interesting, but I felt limited by meter use. Basically, this comes down to the round was over before you could use meter because of the high damage. So yeah, that's they're gonna have to do some tweaking, you know, reconsidering general rules surrounding meter game. Makes total sense. That's balancing, you know, balancing act, but it's good that they're listening to that feedback. Jumping is too strong. Grounded anti-airs were too weak compared to aerial options. All right. Again, a balancing thing. Didn't really notice it myself, but again, I'm just playing at that level where I don't think it matters that much. So, you know. And then get rid of infinites, which is funny when, you know, they list it like it's like an issue they have to handle. To me, this is a bug. Like, infinites shouldn't exist in fighting games. If there's infinite combos, that's a bug to me, more than, you know, like a problem with the design. Those are bugs, and they need to get squashed. Online battle, people are happy, makes sense. The netcode was really good, surprisingly really good. You know, like, it was kind of, you know, they're doing their own rollback. We didn't really know, you know, the last time we heard we're doing our own rollback, we got Street Fighter, so sheesh. But yeah, it was absolutely amazing. It was fantastic. Second open beta test, we're gonna assume that's like early May, maybe end of April. They can't do it too late, otherwise they can't really take in any feedback unless it's more of a, you know, like a demo type of beta test, which I'm fine with. We're definitely gonna play it. I might, you know, if the next beta test comes around, I might actually explore more characters instead of just sticking to one, for sure. Anyway, that's it. I honestly really like these. I love reading these. It's always fun to see, you know, how the things you're thinking, you know, like how some things clearly everyone is just like, no. Yeah, I like seeing this. I like seeing this. There's a good way of feeling where the community is, but also how the developers are reacting to it. Because I really do appreciate this. Not every fighting game developer or every developer in general really goes into like, hey, this is what you guys say, this is how we want to design it, you know, like they really go into it. I really like it. Yeah, I'm super looking forward to Strive. Super looking forward to it.